Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hypersonic 55, and after a little time away I decided I'm going to come back and give you another film review. And today's film review comes in the shape of the 2010 film The Fighter, which is a biographical sports film directed by David O. Russell, which stars Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale and Amy Adams. Now before I get into this review, I just wanted to go about and mention that when this film was originally released back in December of 2010, I happened to be following this film a fair bit before it was actually released, so I was fairly familiar with it, but I wanted to know what sort of reception the film was going to get before I wanted to go about and watch it. And when I actually saw all the good reviews that the film was getting, and then all the accolades that the film was getting afterwards, I was like, okay, this film actually seems like something I actually want to watch. So now that the film has finally just come out over here in the UK, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on how I felt the movie was. Now the film happens to revolve around the life of professional boxer Mickey Ward, played by Mark Wahlberg, and his older half-brother, Dickie Eklund. At least I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And Amy Adams plays Charlene Fleming, who happens to be Mickey Ward's love interest. Okay, so without giving away too much about the plot, basically we happen to have Mickey Ward, a professional boxer who happens to have a pretty dodgy track record of fights in the ring, with 3 defeats in the ring. And he's also known as a stepping stone for other boxers that he's fought as well. And he's also living in the shadow of his brother Dickie, who happened to be a former boxer who reached his peak when he happened to knock out a famous boxer back in his time, which has made him a legend, not only around the world, but also in his hometown as well. Mickey is trained by his brother and managed by his mother. And while they, as family, of course, are always supportive of him and assume that he will always do better next time, Mickey isn't so happy about it, and he wants more. He wants people to respect him for being a great boxer and not just a stepping stone as people have dubbed him. So then at another point after his defeat, he's offered the opportunity to go about and turn his life around. So after his defeat, Mickey is offered a change in direction in his career, but this comes at the cost of cutting his ties with his mother and his brother as his manager and trainer respectively. So, is The Fighter a good movie? I would definitely say so. I feel that The Fighter is a very good movie, is well filmed and well crafted, and David O. Russell and the rest of his cast and crew has created the movie based on a true story, which is captivating, very emotional, and gives a very realistic take on the world of boxing. And this film reminds me of why the world of boxing is so entertaining. And the film would be nothing without its cast. The main trio, Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale and Amy Adams, do a fantastic job at bringing life to these main characters. But I have to say that Christian Bale does steal the show for me in this overall film. I've never really been too big of a fan of his. However, this film has shown me that the guy can actually act really well, and when he actually commits to a role that really felt that it was meant for him, he absolutely nails his role as Dickie in this film. He really happens to capture what it's like to be human at your highest and lowest moments and get lost in the world of fame and former glory and your own addictions. The film was nominated for 6 Golden Globe Awards and it won 3, and Christian Bale happened to get Best Supporting Actor. And the film was also nominated for 7 Oscar nominations as well. And if Christian Bale does not get Best Supporting Actor, I will be slightly surprised, because his performance in the film was pretty damn good. While the plot of the film is a tad predictable in certain places, overall it's still really entertaining, and I'd definitely go about and watch it again. It definitely reminds me of why I love Rocky so much, and the fights themselves, outside of all the drama and the characters, looks really good, and it reminds me of Rocky Balboa, how they happen to realistically portray the world of boxing. So overall, I give The Fighter about an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, that was my review of The Fighter. Hopefully you found it informative, and look out for my next video when it comes. So from me, the Hypersonic 55, this is me signing out.